So welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations. And with me now, a good friend of mine, Jonjo Finnegan. How you doing, Jonjo?
Yeah, not too bad, Joe. Thank you, mate. How are yourself? You okay?
Yeah, really good. Thanks, mate.
Good.
And I have to
Good,
say,
mate. Good.
it's an absolute pleasure to have you on and pin you down finally.
No, yeah, I was going to say, Joe, I've took a bit of pinning down onto mate. Yeah, I know. We've been after you for a couple of weeks now, and with this, that, and the other, mate, I've not actually got on, but I'm here now, mate. Anyway, you got me in the end.
Yeah, mate. Life throws you hurdles, but we always seem to get through it somehow, don't we?
Yeah, we do, mate. We're fighters, aren't we? Definitely, mate. Definitely.
So, Jonjo, it all started July 2004. Paul Billington.
Yeah. That's a pro debut. Yeah, Paul Billington. Yeah.
I bet that was an absolute buzz, wasn't it?
Do you know what, Joe? It was one of them. I got a little story about this. Was I'm pro Joe was to. I never ever thought about money. You know, I never thought I'm turning pro. I was a third pro because I wanted to win a belt and I wanted to be a champion. And that night I boxed Paul Billington. I went in there and it was a funny one, Joe, because pro boxing is so different. Much different to amateur boxing, as you'll know yourself. It's like I was always my toes in amateur and moving, jabbing and moving. And this kid here, he just trapped me off. He cut the ring off, stood on top of my chest, and wanted to fight. So I had no choice but to stand and had a bit of fight with him. He was strong until he hit me with elbows, with his knee, he kneed me in the balls. he hit me with everything, but he's pissed for the first 2 rounds. And then I got on my toes and I got into it, and I boxed beautifully to the point, Joel, is where when the 6th round was up, I literally couldn't. I didn't even know what round it was. So I got out of the ring. I won the fight, which I was absolutely buzzing about. I won the fight. Everyone was saying congratulations, and I was buzzing. Mate. I was like, yeah, thanks for coming. This and I wanted to change, pack my bag, put my shorts, my boots in there, my gum shield, and everything. And I walked to my trainer, Errol Johnson, and he said, well done. So I said, he was pleased. He said, brilliant, son. I said, Errol, see, I'm going to go talk to everyone outside now. He said, thank you for coming. And he says, yeah, all right, see you later. So I wanted to walk in. So he shouts, Jonjo. I said, right. I said, if you've got something, put it back on the floor. Look through it. I said, no. He said, oh, you don't want paying then? So I said, see you later. I forgot I was getting paid. I got that fully trophies at home. So yeah, I forgot I was even getting paid for it, mate. Yeah, it was a great night, mate. That was. Yeah.
So you were literally buzzing that much, you almost forgot your pay packet.
I didn't even think about money. And then when he gave me that money, Joel, in there, I can't remember. It was a few hundred quid. I don't think it was a grand, but I think it was 800 quid anyway. So I took it and I put it in. I thought, it's all right. So I'm going shopping tomorrow. So I went downstairs. I went downtown the next day and bought some trainers and a new pair of jeans and a new tracksuit top. I know. So it was great. It was great for that reason. And then,
mate, they always say, don't they? They always say that first pay packet you get, you just blow it.
do you know what, Joe? Do you know what, mate? It was like spare money. It was that money I'd never had before. So I'm thinking, oh, it's brilliant. This will do. I thought, can't wait for the next one now.
Yeah. And to be fair, you went on to have 26 fights, 14 wins, 3 draws. What was the highlight of your career?
My highlight of my career, Joe, right, was winning the Masters title in Burton-on-Trent in front of everyone that I've ever known, worked with, my family, everyone that was ever close to me or said a nice word to me. I ran that place out that night. There was everyone that I knew in flipping in the town or in the Midlands or in the country was there that night for me. And it was I had a good 10-round war with Dean Walker. We had a good scrap and I've got back to the corner and I badly wanted that belt. And I was fit as a fiddle for it, Joe. Got in there. I come back for the corner at the end of the 7th. I sat down and I said, Errol, I said, what round is it? He says, going to round there. I said, 2 more. And I thought, God, I've been there for 2 years. I like 8 rounds. No. So went and I finished the fight off. It was a good scrap. And I went out. And when that referee raised my hand, Joe said, "I knew British Master Super Middle Champion, Finnegan in the blue corner, mate. I was buzzing, mate. I literally, I couldn't feel my legs, and I just collapsed on the floor. So I like I've been knocked out, and it was trying to pick me off the floor. Yeah, I was buzzing, mate. Yeah, that was a great highlight in the career, Joe. The other one, Joe, was went to Dublin in boxing. A lot more experience than me at the time. Good fellow. I like still good friends to this day. He gives me a call now and again, and we have a chat. And one show every few minutes, I'll say, "Yeah, I'd have beat you, Jim, if it was this, this and the other." Well, no, he beat me. I know, yeah, he beat me fair and square, Joe. And he actually put me on my backside, Joe, for the first time ever in my life. And in 73 amateur fights, I've never been dropped. I've never been. I think I took one standing count ever, and that was in my last ever fight against Matar Abdul Salam. An Algerian lad, who went to Commonwealth Games on boxing in the ABA quarterfinals. He gave me a standing count, and then when I boxed Jimmy, he was the first person to ever put me on my backside on that. So I remember going down on the deck and thinking, "Hey, that's strange." I got up, and David didn't realise I'd been dropped. Referee started giving me a count. I was like, "Yeah," I put my hands up. Then he come back out and just finished me off. Yeah, but I was doing alright up until then, Joe. To be fair, and but that fight was a big one for me, Joe. And it was like a highlight in the way, Joe, that. It was in Ireland. My granddad was Irish. God bless him. He's just passed away now. He was 98 when he passed away. He went a couple of years ago now. And he said to me, he was just absolutely over the moon and so proud that I was going over there and boxing with the title. It was on telly as well. And so we went over there. And unfortunately, I couldn't bring it home for him, Joel. But yeah, I think he was proud enough for me, bless him. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was a good.
This is it, mate. I think it's the fact that, he was proud of you. It's, that's all that matters, mate. That's all it comes down to is you gave it your best.
Yeah.
And that's all you could do. At the moment, Jonjo, your video seems to have frozen. So bear with me a minute. Your video's frozen at the moment, mate. So I don't know what's happened there.
You frozen now, Joel's like.
Hang on a sec.
Host to stop your video, Joel.
Here we go. Hopefully.
Host as a start video. Okay. There we go, Joel. There we go.
There you go. You're back.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, you've had some moments in your career, but
yeah, I think that one in Ireland, Joel. Carry on, mate. And I was going to say, I think that one in Ireland, Joel, was a big one for me as well because it seemed a big case because they flew me over for the press conference, flew me over the weigh-in, and it was like, really, I'm on a plane for this because for me, so any sort of thing. And I sat there in the press conference with Jim, and he was giving me a bit of trash talk, and it was a bit of banter flying about. Yeah, it was great experience that was, Joel. Yeah.
Well, like we were talking before we came on, obviously fights are known for the right reasons, but fights also come up where they're difficult times.
Yeah.
And you hit, we've seen people before, your Spencer Olivers.
Yes,
who had a terrible, terrible time in the ring. But unfortunately, it happens. Your Michael Watsons and people like that.
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Jonjo, unfortunately, it happened to you July 2012 against Ryan Clark in a rematch.
Yeah.
Why a rematch for starters, Jonjo? Was it just a case you wanted to try and get back?
I don't want to go start digging up arguments and things like this with him because I don't know if you'll see this. Like, we probably won't do it anyway. But in that first fight, Joe, right? I literally, Joe, I walked out the first round and I hit him with a big left hook and I dropped him. He was gone, mate. Right at the end of the round, it was though. And the referee, we timed it back, and the referee counted something like 13. It was crazy. So this fight should have been stopped. So anyway, then he's come back out for that was the first round. That was as well. That was the first it was the first 2.5 minutes of the first round. So then after that, Joe, he's come back out and we're going at it. And I don't know what happened. For some reason, I gasped really, really bad. And the referee went and he stopped me, and I was like, what? And so he stopped me, and he was like, I do believe to this day, Joe, that has never been stopped. But I suppose a lot of fighters still say maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. But me personally, I don't think it should have been. So after that, it was a little bit. We didn't. I'll just go straight back. We didn't like each other, Joe. We didn't like each other at all. He was calling me out on the internet and saying a few things. And I was saying a few things back. I sort of rose to it, and as you do, and we created a little bit of an audience, I suppose, really. So people was calling for this fight, and he sold a lot of tickets and that. And then after that one, then I was on about. He was looking at, so he said, I said, come on and fight me again. So then he did got it in my own town of Burton-on-Trent. I stepped the place out, Joe, and for the first, I mean, going into the fight now, Joe, if you want to talk about the fight, I've got into the fight. Yeah, I mean, the first 5 rounds, Joe, mate, I never lost a second of a round. I was winning it easily, mate. I was boxing out my skin. My range was good. Then all of a sudden, I walked out, and he said, I dropped my left hand, Joe. I threw a jab. I dropped my left hand. It's come over the top with the left hook. Bang! It's clocked me on the left side of my face, mate. And I've gone over. And like I said, the first thing I know about him, Joe, was I woke up flipping 2.5 weeks later in a coma. And I know, and it's like it was a funny one, Joe, because I woke up in this coma, and you can laugh at this now, Joe, and it's good. And it's good that I can laugh about it now. I went and, mate, people saying Jonjo was a boxer. This happened, and I said, no, you got the wrong person. I said, I've hurt my foot at work. I admit that I hurt my foot at work, and I've been on a cruise. So I know, mate. I know.
Look at you with your wishful thinking,
mate. That was God's way of making me feel a little bit better for a little bit. I think. I know. Yeah, bless you. But,
you just wanted a cruise. That was all.
Mate, it would have been. I actually said to my missus, Joe, at the time, she come to it and I said, Joe, when can we go home now? So I'm bored of this cruise. I said, been here for too long now. So can you take me home now? I said, I want to go. When do we go off this boat? And she was like, babe, we're not on a boat. So look out the window. So they got me in a wheelchair, or they wheeled me up to the window. And I looked over the window. Oh, there's cars in the car park. It's like, strange. I don't know what's happened there.
Strange boat.
It's madness, mate. Honestly. So yeah, so that was that, Joel. And like I said, woke up like 3.5 weeks later, 2.5 weeks later in a coma, mate. And then my family was coming to me, and it was madness, Joel, because I mean, I made such a good recovery. I mean, I thank God every day because I made such an amazing recovery, Joel, in respect of when my kids and my mum, my dad, my missus, my brother, my sisters, my close family, my friends come to me, Joel, I didn't. Mum, I feel a bit rough. I said, I'll be right on this footbed. She was like, I said, do I know you? I said, I'm not sure. I said, I haven't seen you before. She was like, pardon? She was like, and your mum was like, I said, oh, it's like, everything was just a big blur, Joel. The funny bit was actually my dad, actually, because he come up to me, he said, how you doing, mate? All right. And he says, yeah, mate, yeah. I said, where do I know you from, mate? He said, oh, it's Kenny from work. I said, oh, cheers, come and see me, Kenny. So I appreciate that, mate, I do. He says, yeah, no problem, mate. He says, I tell you what it is, John. He said, I've got to go in a minute. He says, but I've got no money to get back on the train. So I've scabbed the lift down here. He says, because Jackie, lend me a tenner just to get back. I've put my hand in my pocket, right, in the hospital beds and wind up my dad's show. And I've gone, Sam, I'm sorry, Kenny. I said, I've got no money on me now. I said, can I sort you out? And he's gone, I'm your dad, you prat. And I'm gone, you're too young to be my dad. He said, come here. You love that, mate. Yeah, I know. If I wrote a book, I'll tell you, man, I could put some good stories in there. I'll tell you honestly, over the last few years, I've met some people, mate, and seen some things, mate. That's been great, really. Yeah.
So Jonjo, how are you doing now? How's things now?
I'm struggling. I'm struggling a bit, Joel, in respect of, I think with the fatigue levels with this injury, Joel, that they're never ending, mate. I'm always tired, mate, because I'm blind the left side of both my eyes now, you see, Joel. So I can see you fine now. I can see looking forward. On my left side, I can't see my hand, Joel, until it's literally in front of my face there. But it's like my fingers this side, right? See my fingers moving back there, but I've got no peripheral vision on my left. But I struggle with fatigue quite bad, Joel.
Yeah.
My short-term memory is terrible. Yeah, and I've got my mum kicking. She's in the background here. Shut up, you. She's telling me, don't forget that. I know. Yeah, and my foot, mate, is quite bad still. I've got a left-sided weakness, which is a nightmare because I'm left-handed, left-footed, you see. So my dominant side, mate, is my right side is now my dominant side, really. So it's like I've had to sort of cross everything over. So, bar that, Joe, bar that, mate. It's just I think it's one of the things, Joe, whereas you don't know how tough you are, mate. Is the old saying goes, until your only thing is to be tough, because it's like I didn't realise, mate, that I could go through all this stuff and still I was bringing a smile on my face every day, and I do smile every day, John. Joel, I do laugh every day, mate. But it's tough sometimes, mate. And like I said, the kids don't quite understand. My kids are young; they don't quite understand. The guys are getting older, start to understand a little bit more. They've watched a few things, and I've told them a few things now, and they get it a little bit. And they're great kids, mate. So Yeah, so life's a little bit difficult. It's not like it used to be, Joel, and I can't drive, I can't work, I can't earn money. I can't run, I can't do a lot of things. My life's literally, Joel, it switched from right up there, mate, to right down there, literally in seconds. You know what I mean, sort of thing. Yeah.
All I will say to you though, Jonjo, like I know we've spoken several times before, mate. You know.
Yes, mate. Yeah.
And you know we share a faith, and you know we've got you know things in common as well with the kids and stuff. But what I will say is you're an upbeat guy, and you know some of the stuff that you've you know you've been through in your life, and the difficult times that you've had recently. You know, you always look for a positive, and you know, you've got to drive. I think you've got great people around you as well. You know, people that have got a lot of respect for you.
I have. My mum was fantastic, mate. My kids are. My sister, my brother, my dad. I've got 3 or 4, Joe, really good friends, mate. That are literally they're there. If I need them, mate, they're there for me. And you can't ask it. I think if you've got 1 or 2 good friends these days, Joe, you're lucky, aren't you? Yeah. Well, so yeah, I'm definitely. I'm one of them sort of people, Joel, that if I sort of the way I see it, Joel, is God's given me another chance now. He's let me live, and he pulled me out these dark days, mate. And the way I see it, Joel, is if like life's too short to be anything else but keep trying to swan, be happy in it, Joel, no matter what the circumstances, mate. Yeah, because things could always be a lot worse, Joel, couldn't they? You know.
Yeah.
I look at like the likes of Mark Norgrove and Mike Towell, Scott Westcott, and them 3 boys have the exact same injuries as me, Joel, and they passed away, didn't they? Bless them. They did, God bless them. You know, so you know, the fact of me even here, Joel, is a massive blessing, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, Jonjo, all I will say is you are a miracle, mate. And
I am, mate. I am.
I'm so glad I've had the opportunity in recent times to really get to know you and you know become friends really over time. And
definitely.
You know, I'm grateful for you for coming on and for sharing your story and to just get to know you, really. Mate, you know, I think you're a top guy, mate. And
thank you very much, Joe. I really appreciate your time as well. I do, honestly.
Before you go though, Jonjo, I'm going to chuck it at you.
Yeah.
Right.
Go on then.
Anthony Joshua.
Right,
versus Alexander Usyk. Not too far away now.
Yeah.
Who are you going with, and what's going to be the outcome?
Right, Joel. Right. I've been back and forward on this one a little bit, you know, because it's like this, Joel. I know Usyk is a constant, but he does all the fundamentals perfectly. He's got a great boxing brain. He moves nice, and he can bang. He has got power. I don't know if it's going to carry his power up to heavyweight. I don't know if his strength's going to go to heavyweight. But if he can sneak through and he can outbox Joshua and he can avoid him for a little bit, he can beat him. But then on the flip side, I think if Joshua comes in to it I'm hearing, Joel, that Joshua's in the gym and he's planning on trying to outbox Usyk. Well, that ain't going to happen. You know as well as me, Joel, in my opinion. Well, you know, anything is possible in this life, I know, but I don't personally that he can outbox Usyk. But I think that if Joshua gets on him, he stays close to him and bangs away and puts pressure on him, he'll be too strong for him and he might pursue that and he could stop him. So I'm going to go Usyk on points, Joel. I'm going to go Joshua mid to late stoppage.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. You can't have both. You can't have one. So this is the crafty side. This is the crafty side that I've been told about you. Yeah. Is you don't settle on something.
Hey, who told you that? Steve Bunce told you that, didn't he? Bunce is a good lad. We have a bit of banter between him, do as well. Right, you want to pick one then, do you? Do you want to go one, do you?
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to go.
You don't know, do you?
I'm going to go. I don't know. But if I had to put my house in it, Joel, right, I'm going to go Joshua. Mid to late stoppage. Joshua won't win on points, though. But he's got to stop, doesn't he?
I'm going to be honest now. I don't normally say it in interviews, but I've gone Anthony Joshua to win between 6 and 9.
Have you? Yeah. That sounds a good bet to me. That does. It does. Yeah. So you've seen it pretty similar to me then, Jonjo, didn't you? Really, with it on the Joshua front.
Yeah.
You're thinking Joshua would wear him down and mid to late.
I think because of that heavyweight side of things, I think he's too big, and I think Usyk to me will always be a cruiserweight, and you lose that speed when you go up up to the heavyweight. So, and that was one of his biggest assets. So
definitely,
it's going to be interesting. But I'm going to chuck one more at you.
Yeah, go on then, go on, Joel.
Fury Wilder 3.
Right, now this is another one now that I've been back and forth on, Joel, because you met me right in the balls.
You're a nightmare, you are.
These are low blows, these are, Joel. Well, right. So I'm thinking, like everyone else, Fury can just go and do exactly the same thing again, which he could, and he possibly will. But I think we'll get a different Wilder this time. I think he's working on different things. I think he wants it really, really badly, and I think that I don't know mentally where Fury's going to be at, and if he's anything more than less than he was last time, anything can happen. As we know, we're tasked, don't we? But I'm going to go.
A question I will say though, Wilder, right?
Yeah.
Can he box? Is he going to come out and he's going to show? Because to me,
no,
he's a one-trick pony. He can only.
He's got a right hand. He's got a fast job on the right hand. Yeah. He's got a game changing in right hand, and he can bank on it, Joel. And that is basically it really with him. He's not a boxer, mate. His legs are all right. His footwork's terrible, and he looks. He's not good to watch. He's not really ethical to watch at all. If I was sitting there with one of my lads at our trainer, I said to him, "So right, look, it's like it. Watch out." And I'm thinking, "No, don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that."
Yeah. So basically, if I gave you,
know that it's got that game-changing power. So if he catches Tyson,
So if I gave you a tenner, where's it go?
It's going on Fury. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I know that if I interview you nearer the time, you're just going to change your mind anyway.
Well, I can't promise I won't, John. I can't promise I will. No. What are you saying there, John? Are you going Fury?
I think he'll get him out quicker. I think so. Mentally.
Yeah.
I think, like you were saying, if Tyson's mentally in the right place, I think he's got Wilder's number. Personally, he beat him in the first fight over. Yeah,
he did.
Let's be honest, he beat him.
And he'll box his ears off all day long, every day, Joel, won't he? He will, won't he?
The second fight, he said he was going to come out and batter him. He came out and battered him.
He did what he said, didn't he?
I think he'll do it again. I genuinely think.
I dare say you're right, Joel. I dare say you're right. I do honestly. But boxing is one of the sports, Joel, and you just never know, though, do you? You never know, and that's why
especially in the heavyweights. Especially in the heavyweights.
Especially in the heavyweights. Yeah, you never know, do you? Never know. So we'll look forward to it, Joel. And if you fancy a tenner with me, drop me a DM.
You're just after me money now.
Yeah. Hey, thank you very much, Joel.
Honestly, mate,
thank you very much.
I really appreciate it. And
no problem at all, mate.
Stay in touch, mate, and we'll have a catch up soon.
Will do, buddy. Thank you, Joel. Take care, matey.
See you later, mate. Bye.
Bye, mate.
Bye. Jonjo Finnegan, top bloke. He's become a really good friend, and we have some right old laughs and good chats, and I think a lot of him. So everything he's been through, and he just continues to stay positive, and just bounces back whenever something comes up, and just top bloke. Get behind him, check him out on his social medias and stuff like that. Really nice guy. So if you've enjoyed this one, hit the subscribe button at JG's Fight Talk on YouTube, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you.
Are you ready?